On Good Morning Football, NFL Network, they were asked, the player you're most excited to see get a completely clean slate in 2021. Here's Kyle Brandt's answer.
Jadeveon Clowney. Why does it make me exhausted to talk about Jadeveon Clowney? I can't totally explain it, but he's the guy who comes up in the news cycle a lot.
Yep.
And we can barely lift our heads as the enthusiasts of the game, and I know the reporters out there, Clowney news. And I don't really know exactly why, other than he's on a new team, it feels like every 10 minutes. He usually doesn't live up to the potential, and including last year, it was the second season he's had with 0 sacks, played in 8 games, didn't have a sack. And now he's on this team where this giant monster of a man and #1 overall pick is not even the most celebrated, famous, or talented guy in his own pass rush. So it's like it's Jadeveon and Myles Garrett now, and it almost feels like Jadeveon, this might be the last stop. You know, this might be it. And what a great opportunity. Now he is the Bud Dupree. He's the second guy. Let Myles Garrett try to win Defensive Player of the Year. You go out and get 7 or 8 sacks. I don't think that's too much to ask.
And you know what? I think it sets up to be a really good year for Jadeveon Clowney, if he can stay healthy.
I sure hope so. Yeah, if he can stay healthy, that's been a big bugaboo of his. I actually covered his last year that he was in Houston, and that was a year where he wound up playing inside a lot. And I think he's sort of trying to find his way back into a role where he's super comfortable. And I think he wanted to be in Cleveland. He made that very clear. The Browns absolutely wanted him. We talked about this last year. We talked about this during the season. The fact that Clowney was out there, and obviously the Browns pulled the trigger on it. I do like the fact that there is a backup plan with Takk McKinley also being on the roster, just in case it doesn't work out for Jadeveon. But Kyle Brandt's right. It sets up for a very nice, third act for Jadeveon Clowney's career. He came into Houston as the celebrated guy. We all remember the play against South Carolina, or when he was at South Carolina against Michigan. He made him sort of a superstar. He is an athletic freak, and he's not doing 60-inch box jumps, but I guarantee you he's doing more than a lot of other guys are, even with his surgically repaired knees. That guy's still a freaky athlete. I hope that playing opposite Myles, having guys around him and having some creativity, the ability to flop inside a little bit. He can stand up and rush if he needs to. All the signs are there. All the tools are there for him to rejuvenate his career. And as Kyle said, 7 sacks is fine. 8 sacks. What Olivier Vernon did last year. If he can simply replace Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett can stay on the field for all 17 games and not have to battle, COVID or suspension or anything like that, this pass rush is going to be nasty. And I'm looking forward to that very much. And I can tell you, his ability to play the run, I think, is something that doesn't get talked up enough. He didn't get a lot of sacks, but even in Tennessee and Seattle, they were very happy with him because he's so good against the run. He controls the edge. And if you're a zone running team, as the Browns are, if he can stop your running back from reading the proper gap in the zone, and he's better at that than just about anybody, that really helps your linebackers out. It helps your safeties out because they know that they don't have to worry about covering 2 gaps at the same time. Jadeveon is going to take care of it, and he's going to get his hands on a few of those ball carriers too.